Right, come on. 36 to 40. Number of books published by companies PQR increased by 30, 40, 18% respectively from 2007 to 2008. Average number of books published. Right. So PQR in 2007. P in 2007. How much is that? నా పనిలో నేనుంటా మీ పనిలో మీరు ఉండొచ్చు కదా. ఇట్లా మరకలు ఉంటే రాయి బుద్ధి కాదు. P diamond, how much is that? 760. P is 760, Q 880, R 600. Now P increases by 30%. 10% of this is 76. 30% is 76 3 times. 73 times 210, 6 3 is 18. 210 18, 228. So it increases by 228, and Q 40%. 10% is 88. Let's read it as 12 less than 100. 40% will be 4 times of this. That will be 48 less than 400. 352. And then R increases by 18%. 10% is 60. 18%. Otherwise, wait. 1% is 6. 18% is 618 times. 618 is 108. And now you are asked about average. Let's add everything and then we can go for average. Otherwise, last 2 digits. No, last digit we have ending with 2 numbers ending with 6. No, you have to do it. 18, 6, ante 6 వస్తుంది. 700, 800, 600. 2000, 100, 22, 25, 27, 2700, 60, 80, 140, 140, 160, 170, 228. So total 928. Average rate divided by 3. Answer 9 3 is 27. How many options are there? 2. 27. And you have 22, which is 7 times. How many options are there? Only 1. 976. All the given companies publish only 2 types of books, academic and non-academic. 75% of total books published by all the given companies in 2003 was academic, and 60% of the total number of books published by all the given companies in 2006 was academic. Both are academic, right? Right. So you are given academic books percentage. Total how many non-academic books were published by all the given companies together? Non-academic books. So either the way, first of all you have to calculate total number of books published in 2003 and in 2006. 2003, let me write numbers here. This is 540 and this is 600 and this is 680. Right? In 2006, this is 340, 500 and then 720. Let's calculate total number of books published in 2003. 600, 600, 1200 plus 500, 1700, 80, 40, 120. Total 1820. Out of this, non-academic books are 25%, which is 1/4. Let's calculate it later. Now let's add number of books published in 2006. 700, 500, 1200 plus 300, 1500 and then 60. And then out of 1560, 60% are academic, non-academic are 40%. 40%. Let's calculate 40%. Now this is 25%, half and half, right? Yes or no? Half of this 910. Half of 910, 455. 10% of this number 156. Let's treat it as 150 plus 6 for time being. 40% in the sense 4 times of this. 4 times of this 600. 4 times of this 24. Total 624. 1079. Number of books published by Q decreased by what percent from 2002 to 2006? Q is square. From 2002 to 2006. 2002 square value, how much is this? 720. And in 2006 square is 340. 720 decreases to 340, decreased by 380. Now you need to calculate 380 forms what percent with respect to 720. Percentage, right? So into 100. Let's go for denominator. 100% is 720. 50% is 360. And still you need to add 20 to make it 80. 1% is 7. Near about how many 7s are there? 3. So this is 11. This is definitely less than 3%. So total value is very close to 53% but less than that. How many options are there? Are rounded off to nearest integer. So answer 53. You're asked about rounded off to nearest integer. What is the difference between total number of books published by company P during all the given years together and total number of books published by R during all the given years? Let's go for individual difference and then we can add. Yes or no? But make sure you always subtract, either follow P minus R or R minus P. So when you observe, P is diamond and R is triangle. So many times diamond is more than triangle. Yes or no? And let's calculate number of lines, because every line is 20. You know that? Yes or no? Let's identify number of lines gap. How many lines gap we have? 4, positive number. And here how many lines gap we have? Here it is 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 5, 14, 14 plus 4, 18. Again positive number. Here also diamond is more than triangle. How many are there? 4. Here also diamond is more than triangle. 5 lines. And here triangle is more than diamond. So it is negative number. Yes or no? Negative number. Let's calculate number of lines. 4 lines plus 5 lines. 9 lines plus 3. 12 lines. So this is minus 12. Let me write separately. This is over. And here also triangle is more than diamond. Again negative number. 5 plus 5. 10 plus 1. How much is that? 11. Again negative number 11. Here diamond is more than triangle. 5 lines here and then 3 more lines. Total 8 lines. Now, so negative number is total 23. When you add 4 and 18, how much you'll get? 22. 18 plus 5. 23 over. Yes or no? 4 plus 4. 8. 8 plus 8. 16 into 20. 16 20 is 320. So difference is 320. But order is very important. Remember, if you miss your order, you will get different answer. What is the difference between, this is over. 40th. What is the respective ratio between total number of books published by all the given companies together in 2001 and to those books published in the year 2004? Right. What is this number? 320. And this is 400. And then this is 660. 2001 versus 2004. 2004. This is 420. And this is also 520. And this is 680. It asks about ratio. Let's add everything. 400, 600, 400, 1000, 1300, 80. 1380 divided by 600, 400. 1000 plus 500, 1500, 1600, 20. 16, 20. 0, 0 gets cancelled. Yes or no? Now let's verify your options. You have 21 and then 29, 25. First of all, wait a minute. Is this 7 multiple? Look at your first option. What is your first number? 21. If it is a 21 multiple, it has to be multiple of 7, right? Is this 7 multiple? First option cannot be your answer. What is your second option? 25. Is this 25 multiple? No. Next. Numerator is 23, but denominator is 23. Identifying 23 multiple is a bit tough job for me. Don't want to do it. So I want to verify whether it is a 27 multiple or not. Is this 9 multiple? Sum enta me pade. Is this 9 multiple? Let me verify. 9, how many times is this number? 9 10 times. Hold. 9 10 times. Amma? 90. 9 20 times? This is how much less than 180? 18. So this is how many times? 18 times. Yes or no? Right. Can I write 18 as 3 into 6? Is it okay? So 162 is 27 multiple. 27 multiple of which number? Let me verify whether numerator is also divisible with 6 or not. 6 2's 12, 18, 3 times. Is this correct? 23 by 27, right answer. Next, 41 to 45. So in between previous set and this set, if you want to do it, first complete that part, graph 1, and then come here. Because in state I you have how many numbers? 12 numbers. Like that, how many are there? 5 states. So total 5 20s. 6 5 kada. Like that, how many states are there? 5 states. And in every state, how many numbers are there? 12 numbers. Yes? So how many numbers we have? 60. This is problem based on 60 numbers, and that too. Look at these numbers. How worst are these? Yes or no? No number is ending with 0. So you will face some problem when you go for addition. Addition చేసేటప్పుడు కాదు, చేయక ముందే తెలియాలి, టైం ఎక్కువ పట్టుద్ది అని. So compared with previous set and this set, complete that part and then come here. No. If at all, if I want to do it, I will do it at the end. Because this is problem based on 60 numbers and that too worst numbers. I will not pick this. దీనికి లాస్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఇస్తాను నేనైతే. అన్నీ అయిపోయాక లాస్ట్లో వస్తా. చేస్తుంటే వస్తాయమ్మా, లాస్ట్లో కనపడిద్ది ఒక సెక్షన్ మిస్ అయ్యాం మనం అని. అర్థం కాలేదు కదా, కొద్దిగా టైం పట్టిద్ది. What is the difference between total number of appeared candidates from all the given states together in 2008 and the total number of qualified candidates from all the given state together? Right. Appeared and then qualified. Remember, in 2008 you need to go for appeared candidates, and whereas in 2012 you need to go for qualified candidates. Yes or no? This number minus this number. Don't add everything, all the values in 2008 which who are appeared, and don't add qualified candidates in 2012, and then don't take difference. Take individual difference. 781 412, 832 379, 777 362, 728 415. Okay. Now difference of these two numbers, 567 and then 497. How much is the difference? 70. And everywhere in 2008 numbers are more than numbers in 2012. So need not worry about whether it is a plus or negative number. Okay. Now 781 minus 412. How much is that? 369. And then 832 minus 379. 432 plus 21. See, subtract 400. Subtract 400 from this. 432. This is how much less than 400? 21. Add 432, 21. 453. And the next number is 777. And then 362. 700, 300 difference 400. 77, 62, 15. Next number, 728 minus 415. 700 minus 400, 300. 28 minus 15, 13. And you're asked about difference. We have individual difference and then add everything. Verify last digit, last 2 digits. Let's try. 9 plus 3, 12, 17, 20, 30. Are 2 carry kada. 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 9, 15, 22. There are 2 options. Again start with 2, 2, 3, 4, 9, 13, 16, 16, 20. Combining states I and JK together in 2011, in 2011, total number of qualified candidates is what percent of the total number of appeared candidates? In 2011, this is the one, I and K. I, how many appeared? 498, and in K, 952. So appeared candidates are 498 and then 952, and qualified candidates are 432 and then 641. You're asked about percentage into 100. Add 2 here. 500, 900, 1400, 50. Denominator is 1450. 600, 400, 1000, 32, 41, 73. So this is 1073. Look at your options. Options are 70, 75, 80 something. Yes or no? Let me calculate 75%. 50% is 725. 25% is half of this again, 362.5. Total this is 1087.5. How much you have? 1073. Which is less than this? Answer is less than 75%. Are these numbers very close to each other or not? So answer should be close to 75% but less than that. 74. 72 can never be your answer, because difference between 1073 and 1087 and a half is 14.5, which is 1%. Which is 1%. So 1% less than 75% is 74%. Next. The total number of qualified candidates from state L, qualified from L, in the year 2009, 10, 11 together is what percent less than total number of qualified candidates from J in the same year? This is between L and J. L and J. J, qualified candidates. 2009, 10, 11. And L qualified candidates are 319, 362, 369. Now let's add everything. 300, 400, 700. 700 plus 400, 1100. 40, 60, 1200, 1230. Let me write 1230 here, and then add units digit. 3 plus 9, 12 plus 8, 20. Add 20 to this. This is 1250. This is in the year J. And now L. 300, 300, 300. 900. 60, 60, 120 plus 10, 130. Total 1030. And then let's add units digit. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 9, 20. Add 20. This is 1050. Now what is your question? L students are what percent less than the J? Yes or no? 1050 is how much less than this? 200 out of 1250 into 100. What about 10% of denominator? 125. 20%? 250. 2%? 25. 4%? 50. Subtract 4%. Subtract 50. Answer 16%. Next. In case of state M, the percentage of qualified candidates to appeared candidates is highest in which of the given years? So, out of this 2008 is not given. Yes or no? Need not to calculate it. State M, last one. Now let me do it. 321 out of 652. 2007. You need not to write 2008 because that is not in options. And then 350. Yes. 488 out of 941. 439 out of 840. 506 out of 872. అర్థమైందా? అర్థమైందా? అది కొట్టేలేము, దాన్ని ఆపాలి, అయినా కొట్టేయచ్చు. I'll tell you. Wait. Next other number is 415 out of 741. 439 by 840, 506 by 872. Just compare denominators. 840 becomes 872. Little more increase, right? 32 increase. Look at the numerator value. Numerator increased by almost 70. Almost 70. Yes or no? We have highest number in numerator in this number compared with previous number. If numerator is more, fraction value will be more. Yes or no? With that reason you can eliminate this. Clear? Now this got eliminated. Here denominator is more than this and numerator is less than this. ఎన్ని కావాలో అన్ని రీజన్లు ఉన్నాయి దాన్ని కొట్టేయడానికి. This denominator is more and numerator is less than this fraction. Hence this fraction value is less than this. Yes or no? Again, what about 50% of denominator? Will be in definitely 430s. Yes or no? What about 50% of this? Less than this. Yes or no? So this fraction value is less than 50%, whereas this is more than 50%. Clear? Now this got eliminated. Now comparison between these two numbers. What about 10%? Let me calculate 60%. 76 times 420. 6 4 times 24. 420 24. 444 less than this. Let me calculate 60% of this. 87. 60% is of this number is 80 or else 87, right? Treat it as 3 less than 90. 96 times 540 minus 18. 540 18. How much is that? 522. You have 506. Out of 444 you have 415. What is the difference here? Near about 31. What is difference here? 16. Yes or no? So which number is close to 60%? 506 or 415? 500. Hence you can eliminate this. 506 out of 872. That's the highest one. 2011. Next, what is the respective ratio between total number of appeared candidates from state K in 7, 9, 10? Appeared candidates from K. 7, 9, where is this? 10. And the total number of appeared candidates from state L in the same years together. L. 685, 836 and then 711. You're asked about ratio. Come on. For state K, let's add every number. 700, 900, 1600 plus 800. 2400. 2400. 80, 80. 50, 50. 100. 2500. And then 8. 80. 2580. Add remaining numbers. 4 plus 2. 6 plus 6. 12. This is 92. Out of these three numbers. 600, 800, 1400 plus 700. 2100. 80, 30. 110 plus 10. 120. 2100 plus 120. 2220. And then units digit. 5 plus 6, 11 plus 1, 12. Add 12 here. This becomes 32. Look at your answers. Abba, pedda number lo unnai abba. Right, both are 9 multiples, right? Let's cancel these numbers with 9. 9 2 times 18, 79, 8 times, again 8 times. Cancellation with 9, again 2 times, 43, 4 times, 8 times. Now look at this. Is 31 factor of this? అవసరం లేదా ఇంకా చాలా అయిపోయింది. Is 31 factor of this number? 31 8 times. 31 8 times. Yes or no? So if it has to be 31, you need to divide your denominator with 8. Hence Wait, what is the difference between numerator and denominator? How many 8s will be there in 40? So numerator should be 5 more than denominator. Answer should be 36 by 31. Clear? Done everyone? Right. Huh. 46. Amitabh covered a distance of 96 kilometers 2 hours faster than he did. He had planned to. This he achieved by traveling 1 kilometer more every hour than he intended to cover in 1 hour 15 minutes. What was the speed at which Amitabh traveled during the journey? Now, how much time did he save? Amma? Amitabh covered a distance of 96 kilometers 2 hours faster. So how many hours did he save? 2 hours. 2 hours faster వెళ్ళాడంటే అంతే కదా, 2 hours సేవ్ అయినట్టు అన్నా. This he achieved by traveling 1 kilometer more every hour than he intended to cover in every 1 hour 15 minutes. Let's say his original speed be 4x. I'll tell you why 4x. Wait a minute. Kilometer per hour. In 1 hour, how many kilometers he can cover? 4x. How many kilometers he can cover? 4x. In half an hour? 2x. In 15 minutes? X. In 1 hour 15 minutes? 5x. In 1 hour 15 minutes he can cover 5x kilometers distance. Now, he saved 2 hours. This he achieved by traveling 1 kilometer more than in 1 hour than he intended to cover in 1 hour 15 minutes. With usual speed, how many kilometers can he cover in 1 hour 15 minutes? 5x. And he is traveling 1 kilometer or more than that. Yes or no? So what is his speed in second case? 5x plus 1 kilometer per hour. Did you understand this? With his usual speed, he can cover 4x kilometer per hour. In the sense, in 1 hour he can cover only 4x kilometers. Now, he is traveling 1 kilometer more than the distance. This he actually can travel in 1 hour 15 minutes. That is what the meaning of the statement. Yes or no? My dear English medium graduates. Come on. This he achieved by traveling 1 kilometer more every hour with this speed than he intended to cover every 1 hour 15 minutes in previous case. In previous case, if you treat his speed as 4x kilometer per hour, in 1 hour he can cover only 4x. In 1 hour 15 minutes he can cover 5x. But now he is traveling with 5x plus 1. In how much time? 1 hour more every hour. Every hour. Now his speed is 5x plus 1. Yes or no? Understand this? Now, how much is the time difference in both the cases? How much is the time difference in both the cases? 2 hours. To travel. Now, what is the time taken in first case to cover 96 kilometers? Yes or no? Now he increased his speed so he can reach destination in less time. So to cover 96 kilometers with this speed, he will take this much speed, this much time, and the time difference in both the cases is equal to 2. Right? Wait. If you solve this equation, you will get linear equation. Then you will get your x value. Yes or no? But you need not to do that. Wait a minute. Forget about this. Because 96 is 4 multiple. Will be difficult for you to identify this from this part. Hold it. What is your denominator value? 5x plus 1. So this is 5 multiple plus 1. 5 multiple plus 1. If you treat your x value as 1, how much will be the denominator? 6. Is 96 multiple of 6? Yes. And 96 by 6, how much is that? 16. And x value was 1. 96 by 4, how much is that? 24. Is 24 minus 16 equal to 2? X value is not 1. If x is equal to 2, 5x, 10 plus 1, 11. Is it 11 multiple? No. X is 3, 16. 96 by 16. Enta? 6. X was 3. 4 3s 12. 96 by 12, 8. 8 minus 6, 2. Satisfied or not? What is x value? 3. What is initial speed? 12. You are asked about initial speed. What was the speed at which Amitabh traveled during the journey? 12 km per hour. Clear? Amma? 4x ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నాము అనేది. Here you are given he is going to cover the distance which is 1 kilometer more than the distance he will actually cover in 1 hour 15 minutes. 1 hour 15 minutes. 15 minutes in the sense which? 1 by 4 hour. 1 by 4 hour. What is denominator? 4. So I don't want to have fractions here. As I have 1 by 4 hours here, whatever the denominator that we have, we will start with that number. We have already discussed that point. Yes or no? Yes or no? If you have only one denominator in your question, we will start with that. If you have more than one denominator, we'll take LCM of denominators and we will start with that number. Not exactly for this question, for any question in aptitude. If you have denominator, if you have fraction, if you have only one fraction, start with the denominator. If you have more than one fraction, take LCM of denominators and start with that. Usually you will start with x. If you start this question with 4x, then it will be easy for you. And again, you are not supposed to go for simplification here. Linear equation kellara, result chusko akkarla. Linear equation kelli question start chesara, result chusko akkarla. In case linear equation ke vellali ani anukunte, idi odilesi 47 ku vellali ani teliyali. It will take time. It kills your time. Next, quantity 2. A man earns X% on the first 5,000 of his investment and Y% on the rest of the item, rest of his investment. If he earns 1250 from 7,000 and 1750 from 9,000. Now, so whatever the investment on first 500, he will get X% on first 5,000. And in first case he got how much? 1250. And his investment was 7,000. So in this case he has to divide his investment into 5,000 and 2,000. For these two together he got 1250 rupees. And in second case his investment was 9,000. So that will be like 5,000, 2,000 and 2,000. And 5,000 how much percent you will get? How much percent you will get? X%. And on the rest Y%. On this Y%, on this also Y%. When his investment was 9,000, how much he got? How much he got? 1750. Yes or no? Previous case 1250 and now 1750. How much increase we have? 500. So on this 2,000 he got 500 rupees. Yes or no? On this also he will get 500 rupees. Yes or no? So out of total 9,000, for total 9,000, as he is getting 1750 rupees, on 4,000 he already got 5,000 and remaining amount 750. And what is your question? Were you asked to calculate X% or Y%? X%. So on this case you are getting X%. Yes or no? 10% of this number 500, 5% 250, 500 250 750. So 750 is what percent? What percent? 15%. If you are asked about Y, you are done here itself. 10%, 25%, right? 50% is 1000, 25% is 500. If you are asked about Y, you need not to fill entire data. First 500 ikkada vachindi kada. From this itself you can calculate Y percentage. So quantity 2 is 15, whereas quantity 1 is 12. Quantity 2 is more than quantity 1. ఈ బొమ్మలు చాలు నాకు. పైది ఏదో కొద్దిగా ట్రై చేసేవాడిని కానీ ఏందండి ఇది? అయ్యా మీరంటే చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళయ్యా. ఐ విల్ స్కిప్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్, నాకు రాదు అది. కమాన్ 48. నాకు రాదది, నేను ముందుగానే చెప్పేస్తున్నా, నాకెందుకు మీ దగ్గర సిగ్గు. 48. Two places P and Q are 150 kilometers apart. A train leaves P for Q at the same time. Another train leaves Q for P. And the sense both are moving opposite to each other. Both the trains meet 5 hours after they start moving. If the train traveling from P to Q travels 10 kilometers per hour faster than the other train, what is the speed of the faster train? Now what is the distance between these two places? 150 kilometers. They both met at some point, and which was 5 years after both the trains have started. Yes or no? And you were given the faster train speed is 10 kilometer per hour more than the slow train. In 1 hour faster train can cover 10 kilometers extra. Yes or no? In 5 hours 50 kilometers. So if you treat this is the faster train and this is the slower train, out of 150 kilometers faster train can cover 50 kilometers. నన్ను చూడాలి. Faster train can cover 50 kilometers more than the slower train. Yes or no? Out of 150, 50 is already here. What about remaining 100? So you need to adjust 100 among 50 each. Yes or no? Now faster train covered 100 kilometers. What is your question? What is the speed of the faster train? What is the distance covered by faster train? 100 kilometers. This train covered in 5 hours. So speed of the train is 100 kilometers by 5 hours. Distance by time 20 kilometer per hour. Quantity 1 is 20. Quantity 2, 7 liters are drawn from a beaker full of spirit, then filled with water. The operation is performed 2 more times. So total how many times? 3 times. The total quantity of the spirit now left in the beaker to that of water is 27:37. How much spirit did the beaker hold originally? Yesterday we have seen, right? But yesterday's model was different, I think. Yesterday's model we have spirit to that of total. Yes or no? Now we have spirit to the water. How much is this? 27:37. Now here also, what is spirit part? 27, and water part 37. What is total part? 64. So operation was performed for how many times? 3 times. If it's performed for only 2 times, your values will be perfect squares. Yes or no? If it's performed for 3 times, cubes. This is 3 cube, this is 4 cube. So this is 3 by 4 to the power of 3. So remaining spirit in the container is 3/4. Remaining spirit in the container is 3/4. Yes or no? If we have 3/4 of the spirit, whatever the content taken out, 1/4. So 1/4 is equal to how many liters were taken out? Every time you are taking 7 liters out. Yes or no? So 1/4 of the item is 7. Then what about the capacity of the tank? What about the tank? 28. So it is 28. How much spirit did the beaker hold originally? Beaker capacity first initial ga evaru unnaru? Nee paade mottam initial ga evaru unnaru? Spirit undi. So spirit capacity is 28 liters. Beaker capacity is also 28 liters. Quantity 2 is more than quantity 1. Okay. Next 49. Quantity 1. Raj went to the shop and bought the things worth 24 rupees, out of which 28 paisa went on sales tax on taxable purchases. If the tax rate was 4%, then what is the cost of the tax-free item? So how much was the tax? 4%. And tax-free item in the sense, initially the value will be 100%. Initial value will be 100%. On this only you'll have to pay 4% tax. Yes or no? Yes? And how many paisa you have paid as sales tax? 28 paisa. So this 4% is equal to 28 paisa. Right? And you're asked about the tax-free item price, which is 100%. For how many times is 28? 7. 107 times? 700. 700 what? Pice. In rupees? 7 rupees. Do you have any doubt about 24 rupees? Do you have any doubt about 24 rupees? Evarkana doubt vachinda? 24 rupees gurinchi. Ledu kada? Fine, let's go for quantity 2. If 5 liters, if you have any doubt, I'll clarify it. If you don't have doubt, there is nothing about that discussion, right? Quantity 2. If 5 liters of water are evaporated on boiling from 20 liters of the salt solution containing 20% salt. So in initial container we have 20 liters and out of that salt content is 20%. 20% of 20 liters is 4. So initial salt content is 4 liters. When you boil it, what gets evaporate? When you boil some solution, what gets evaporate? Water. So out of 20 liters, 5 liters got evaporated. So remaining quantity is 15. Out of 15 liters, salt content will be 4 only. Yes or no? What about the water then? 11. What is your question? The percentage of salt in the remaining solution is percentage of salt. How much salt we have? 4 in the remaining container, right? How much quantity we have? 15 percentage, right? So into 100. That will be definite more than 7. This is definitely more than 7 because 10% is 1.5. Yes or no? It is 7. Will the quantity 2 will be more than 7 or not? Quantity 2 is more than quantity 1. Next, 50th. Quantity 1. Ravan scored 456 marks in an examination and Amitabh got 54% of the marks in the same exam, which is 24 marks less than Ravan. Ravan got 456. 24 less than this number is 432. 432. Which is equal to what percent? 54%. So 54% is equal to 432. Clear? Now what is your question? If the minimum passing mark in the examination is 34%, pass percentage is 34%. What is your question? How much more marks did Ravan score than the minimum passing mark? How many marks did Raman got? 456. And you are asked about difference between 456 and the pass mark. Yes or no? So first of all, to get your answer, you need to calculate pass mark. 54% is equal to 432. And you need to calculate 34% is equal to how much? 54 10 times. 54 10 times. This is how much less than 540? 108. 108. How many 54s will be there in 108? 2. So 10 times minus 2 times. 10 times of this number 340 minus 2 times of this number 68. How much is this? First subtract 40 from out of 68. First subtract 40. You have 300. Still you need to subtract 28. 300 minus 28. 272. And you are asked about difference. Instead of 272, subtract 300, add 28. Subtract 300, 156, add 28, 184. So quantity 1 is 184. Now quantity 2. The wheat sold by a grocer contained 10% low quality wheat. What quantity of good quality wheat should be added to 150 kgs of wheat so that the percentage of low quality wheat becomes 5%? So mixture becomes what percent of low quality wheat? 5%. So you are mixing two quantities to get a third quantity, yes or no? So this is good quantity in the sense 100% purity. And the wheat sold by a grocer contained 10% low quality. What about good quality if it has 10%? 90%. It has 90% good quality. Or else, sir, let me first complete this, then we'll go to that. And the second variety is complete good quality which has 100%. And when you mix it, you should get a low quality wheat which becomes 5%. If it has 5% of low quality wheat, what about the good quality wheat in that? 95%. Go for allegation, 5%. 195 difference comes here, 5%. 90-95 difference comes here, 5%. So what is the ratio here? 1:1. How many kgs of good quantity wheat we are mixing? This is given here. Quantity of good quality wheat should be added to 150 kgs of wheat. So this is how many kgs? 150. So as the ratio is both 1:1, the quantity should be 150. Okay? So the manaki low quality iste manam good quality lo convert chesam. Need not to do this actually. Let's consider only low quality. How much percent of low quality wheat we have? 10%. And mixture should have 5%. This is complete good quality, right? So what percent is it? 0%. Again 5:5, 1:1. Understand? So quantity 1 is more than quantity 2. Quantity 1 is 184, quantity 2 is 150. Now the survey conducted on 2,200 households of village P shows that 30% of the total number have only cable TV. 15% of both have internet connection only. Let me write it. 30% have only cable TV. 15% have only internet connection. 8% have only telephone. 10% have mobile phones. 10% have mobile phones. 16% have both internet and telephone. 16% have both internet and telephone. 5% have cable TV and mobile phone. 5% cable TV and then mobile phone. 7% of the total have both cable TV and telephone. 7% cable TV and telephone. The previous case was mobile phone. 4% of the total have cable TV and telephone. Cable TV and cable TV, telephone, mobile phone. What percent? 4%. The remaining have all the connections. Remaining, let's calculate total percentage here. 45, 45, 53, 63, 73, 79, 84, 91, 95. Remaining is 5%. 5% have TV, telephone, mobile phone, internet connection. Now 54, how many households have mobile phone as well as cable TV? Mobile phone as well as cable TV. Mobile phone and cable TV. You should have these two both, MP and TV. Where exactly we have? Yes or no? What percent? 14%. 14% of what? 2200. Now 14% of 2200. 10% is 220. 1% is 22. 4% is 88. Total 308. Next. How many households in village P have mobile phones? MP, mobile phones. Wherever you have MP, you need to contact. You need to take that. MP. This one. Yes or no? So what is the difference between previous question and this question? 10% only, right? What about 10% of this? 220. Add these two numbers, you will get your answer. 528. How many households do not have internet connections? Those who do not have internet connection. 30, 38, 48, 53, 53, 60, 64. So you need to calculate 64%. 64% of this number. How will you get 64%? 50%, 10%, 4%. 50% of this number, 1100. 10%, 220. 4%, 88. Total, 1408. 1100, 200, 1300, 20, 80, 1400, and then 8, 1408. What is the total number of male who have both internet connection as well as telephone? If the ratio between total number of female who have both internet connection and telephone and the total number of male who have the same is 2:5. You are asked about male, right? What is female to male ratio? Female to male ratio 2:5. So 2 parts female, 5 parts male. Males are 5 parts. Answer should be 5 multiple. There are only 2 5 multiples. Yes or no? 330 and then 310. If you have only one 5 multiple, need not to solve it. This question is about internet and then telephone. Internet and then telephone. Internet, telephone. And then the last. Yes or no? What percent is this? 21%. Now if you can divide 21% into 7 parts, each part is 3%. Males are 5 parts. 5 3s 15%. 10% of this number is 220. 5% is 110. Total 330. Done? Clear? Understood everyone? Next. 68. How many households have neither telephone nor mobile phone? Instead of this, how many households have neither telephone nor mobile phone? In the sense, we are asked about candidates who don't have telephone or mobile phone. Will you count this? Can you count this? They have TV. You are asked about those who don't have TV and then mobile phone. You are not supposed to see TV or MP. Amma? Telephone, mobile phone unde? Oh, telephone, okay. Okay, nappa. You have to count it. Can you count this? No. We have telephone, mobile phone, telephone. Only these two. 45%. 45% of what? 2200. 50% minus 5%. How much is that? 990. Clear? Today is Friday, right? Thursday. Okay. By next Thursday you will get LED here. LEDs ఆల్రెడీ వచ్చినాయి, అవి ఆల్రెడీ వచ్చినాయి, వచ్చి 4 రోజులైంది. ఇది కట్టించడానికి కుదరట్లా. ఇక్కడికి దిల్సుఖ్ నగర్కి రెండింటికి LEDs వచ్చేసినాయి. సైజుల తర్వాత చెప్తాలే, ఇప్పుడు చెప్తే బాగోదు. అంత పెద్దది వస్తుంది అది మేము మొత్తం. బై నెక్స్ట్ వెన్స్డే హార్డ్లీ ఆ దిమ్మే ప్లాట్ఫామ్ దానికే కట్టిస్తుంది. అది కట్టించిన తర్వాత దాని మీద పెడతాం. అక్కడ పెడితేనే లాస్ట్ వాళ్ళకి కనపడుతుంది. కిందకు వచ్చిందనుకోండి మీ తలకాయలన్నీ అడ్డొస్తూ ఉంటాయి. వెనకైనా ముందని చెప్తాడు, రే ముందండి తల దించరామనరా అని. ముందు దాకా వస్తుంది. అందుకని అక్కడ పెట్టామనుకోండి ఫస్ట్ బెంచ్ పర్సన్ హైట్ కంటే పైన ఉంటుంది అది. అందుకే అక్కడ పెట్టిస్తున్నాం. బై నెక్స్ట్ వెన్స్డే విల్ గెట్ ఇట్. లాస్ట్ బెంచెస్ కూడా ఏమీ ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు. మీకోసమేనయ్యా నేను డబ్బులు ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నాను. మా ఇంట్లో టీవీ కూడా లేదు తెలుసా. నేనేం మాట్లాడను సాక్ష్యం ఆయన శ్రీకాంత్. వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఇన్ మై హౌస్. మా ఇంట్లో అసలు ఏమీ లేదు, సిస్టమ్ కూడా లేదయ్యా. మీకు చెప్తే అర్థం కాదు. నా బాధలు ఎవరికి చెప్పుకోవాలి చెప్పండి. ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళేమో నీకేమయ్యా నీకు స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా పో వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికే అంటారు వాళ్ళు. మీరు వస్తేనేమో మీరు ఇట్లా వేస్తారు. నా బాధలు ఎవరికి చెప్పుకోవాలి నేను. మా ఇంట్లో టీవీ లేదు, సిస్టమ్ లేదు, ఏమీ లేవు. ఏం చేస్తాం, రాసిపెట్టి ఉండాలా. నిజమయ్యా స్వామి. P earned 20% profit on the cost price by selling the article. Okay, so initial selling price is 120%. Had he sold it for 3,000 rupees, his profit would have been further 25% on the price he sold. Earlier selling price was 120%. On this he will get 25% profit. Yes or no? 25% on 120, half and half. Half of 120, 60. Half of 60, 30. So he will get 30%. Earlier he has 120. Now he will get 30 more. Total 150%. Is this clear? In very first case he is getting 20% profit. So selling price in first case is 120%. Now if he sells it for 3,000 rupees, his profit would have been further 25% on. Logic is here. The price he sold. Earlier he sold it for 120%. On this he will get 25%, which is 30. 120 plus 30, 150. So when he will get this percent? If he sells it for 3,000, he asked about cost price. 100% is how much? 150% is 3,000. 100% is 2,000. Next. $62. 4 years ago, the ratio between ages of P and Q was 2:5. The difference between their present ages is 21. What is P's age? What is P's age? Right. So 4 years back, P's age was 2 parts and Q's age 5 parts. Difference 3 parts. And the difference between their present ages is 21. How much is the difference? 21. When is this? When is this? When is this? Anytime. Anytime. 4 years back also it should be 21. It was how many parts difference we have? 3 parts. If 3 parts is 21, 1 part is 7, 2 parts is 14. When was P 14 years old? 4 years back. 4 years back, if it was 14, present 18. Next. 63. M earns 1,20,000 rupees more than F every year. M gets more than 1,20,000, 1.2 lakh. F's monthly income is 15,000 rupees more than R's monthly income. 15k more than R. If the monthly income of R is 25,000, if monthly income of R is 25,000, what about F's monthly income? 25,000 plus 15,000. How much is this? 40,000. And M gets 1,20,000 per year. 1,20,000 in 12 months. In 1 month, 10,000 more. 10,000 more than F, which is 50,000. What is your question? M's monthly income, which is 50,000. If M earns 1,20,000 more than F every year, in 12 months he will get 1,20,000 more. Per month he will get 10,000 more. 10,000 more than F. F gets 40,000 and M gets 50,000. Next, 64. The average age of 30 boys is 5 years more than the average age of 20 girls. The total age of boys is double the total age of girls. What is the average age of girls? Now, you're asked about average age of girls. How many boys are there? 30. How many girls are there? 20. Let's say, as you're asked about girls average, let it be X. Total age of girls becomes 20 into X, because their average is X and we have 20 girls. And average age of boys is 5 years more than average age of girls. If you treat average age of girls as X, boys average becomes X plus 5. And how many boys are there? 30 boys. What is total age of boys? 30 into X plus 5. Let me write it. Which is 30X plus 30 into 5. 150. This is total age of, and this is total age of girls. 20X, right? Now you have one more condition. What is this? Total age of the boys is double the total age of girls. What is total age of girls? 20X. What is double the of 20X? 40X. So, boys total age should be equal to 40X. 10X is equal to 150. X is equal to 15. What was X value? Girls average age. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right. (65) number of days required by P and Q together can complete the work is 16. P alone can complete the same work in 24 days. Q alone will complete the work in how many days? P and Q both. P and Q can complete the work in 16. P alone can complete the work in 24. And you're asked about Q, the time taken by Q. Let's go for units method. What is LCM for 24 and then 16? 48. Let's say total work is 48 units. And 1 day work. If P can complete 48 units in 24 days, per day he can complete 2 units. P and Q can complete 48 units in 16 days, per day he can complete 3 units. Out of 3 units, P alone can complete 2 units. Then what about Q? 1 unit. 1 unit in 1 day. To complete total work, 48 units. 48 units. 1 unit, 1 day. 48 units, 48 days. Right?